What's going on, fellow wolves and wolvettes? I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Um, don't forget to hit that bell, like, and subscribe, and let's jump into it. So, you want to know a little bit more about the zip code and how that invokes federal jurisdiction. Got this as another question. I made another one a little bit on not using it. So, I'm just going to give you kind of the breakdown. So, here we go. Now, the use of the zip code is voluntary. If you see domestic mail service regulation section 122.32, which I know I talked about in my other video, the Post Service cannot discriminate against a non-use of the zip code. Okay, it has to do with the Reorganization Act, Section 403 of Public Law 91-375. All right, so the federal government uses the zip code to prove that you reside. Once again, residents reside. So that's why a cop asks you, do you reside here? What's your residence? Within their federal district or the District of Columbia. So there's an invisible net, okay? Even though you're standing where you are right now, just imagine a blanket, okay, that you can't see or feel, that when the cop says or the judge says or whoever says, what's your residence or do you reside here? Suddenly that blanket comes down over you. You're now in their jurisdiction. When you write that envelope and you go, 7593 or, 53217 or whatever it is, zoom, you're in their jurisdiction. All right. That means that you have just waived your rights and benefits and you are in their care. They now have the collar around your neck and you belong to them. Okay. And you've always had it there. You just didn't know it was there. Okay. So, this is why the IRS and other government agencies, both state and federal, require zip codes to assert jurisdiction by sending you a letter. Through that, they can basically claim that it's just for the speed of the mail. It's that too, but it's also a trick through prima facie evidence that you are subject to Congress and its citizens of the District of Columbia, who is a resident or a resident in one of their 50 states. So every state, when they have that flag up there, because remember, flags give them jurisdiction. You're basically saying, hey, look at me, I'm a slave over here, yay. That's, even though you're just thinking, yeah, I'm a proud American, but you can, where's your state flag? Be a proud, American of your state citizen. But anyway, if you do that, I'm not taking anything away from you in however you get down. I'm just saying that, these laws are quasi laws that they call laws, which most of them are statutes. Statutes only go in general against the people who are subject to that jurisdiction. Okay, you see what I'm saying there? So let's get back to it. All right, so the receipt of mail with a zip code is just one of the requirements IRS have for jurisdiction. That's how they send you notices. So also for like, what is it? Child support and whatever else. You receive that letter there, and you answer it. You are claiming that I am within this jurisdiction. You rightfully contacted me and I'm rightfully contacting you back, all within that blanket. Okay. But yeah, some people have asked, well, I'm also still yet a state citizen because, yeah, you are. But at that particular time, that aspect of you is now interacting as a 14th Amendment jurisdictional citizen. You can be both. There's no laws against it. Well, at least for people who are born here. Okay, if you're born here, you can have two jurisdictions. You're born in one of the territories, you can be like a non-U.S. national and a U.S. And a non-U.S. national and a states or a 14th Amendment citizen. If you're not from here and you come here, from what I understand, they make you drop your past citizenship to your home country and only have that 14th Amendment citizenship. That way you're subject to paying the IRS and the various agencies for income, subject to the statutes and laws thereof, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So in effect, you're saying openly and publicly that you do not live, this aspect of you is not in the American Republic, but instead you're a resident and subject to all those things. So when you send mail, how do you get around this? Okay, So what you're going to have to do is to claim the exemption from zip codes, write CO before the street address, which basically means in care of. And okay, so you put like C/O/O. You can put like whoever it's to or whatever else, and then put the address, or you can just put C/O and then the address or whatever. Okay, so you're then gonna use the postal zone, follow the name of the city with the last 2 digits of the zip. Okay, spell out and underline the state. So what you're gonna want to do is put the city, comma, and the state, but spell it all the way out. Okay, don't just put city and then the 2 letters, because that's their jurisdiction. There's the 2 letters. They own that. 3 letters in the old days, I was told, was state, but it's just better to spell it all out. And don't put them all in caps. Okay, once again, they own pretty much everything in all capital letters, so don't put all big letters for that either. Okay, underneath it, okay, so you've got your care of, your address, or your care of, your name, your city and state with a comma in between, lowercase letters. Underneath that, you're going to put zip exempt underneath it. Okay, so ZIP space EXEMPT, zip exempt underneath that. All right. Also, don't abbreviate street, just ST, write it out, lowercase, highway, avenue, etc. It's mostly optional, but you're specifically trying to distance yourself and make it known. All right. Some people have still used the zip, but then put it in brackets. Because anything in brackets or boxed is supposed to be boxed out. So even though you can see it, it's supposed to be like omitted. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you can claim your zip code exemption. If you do that when you mail, you're claiming that you're not within that. And I believe I made the video before about how to possibly or potentially mail your mail for free. I still haven't got a chance to do that yet. So, but I've seen other people's websites and letters and envelopes where people are actually using, certified mail and whatever else to do it. That's awesome. I haven't made it that far. I like to fly underneath the radar. I don't like to rock the boat too much. So, but this will work for the average man. Simple letters going out. That's how you claim your zip code exemption. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you once again to all my friends, family, fellow Whovians, Wolvians, and YouTubians. And I will talk to you guys later. Stay tuned because I got more videos coming up. I was asked if I'm going to mix it up with some other stuff. Yes, I will be making different videos, not just on this. And it just takes time. So, but hey, those donations you guys send in there does help. Just know that for a fact, and helps me to be able to spend more time doing this. And I'm going to bring you guys, as always, as I've always stated since the beginning of all of my videos, the truth. If it works, and I know for sure, I'm going to bring it to you. If I've seen other people and it looks convincing, then I'm going to bring it to you. I'm going to talk to them. I've talked to other people, and they keep saying, hey, this is what we can do. So as I learn more, and they go through the process, convince me that it works, I'm going to do it. So next week, I should be getting my final version of my passport card back. So drum roll. When that happens, I will bring you guys the final video on the passport stuff and what we were able to determine by trying to matrix through all of the obstacles to get that 5th asterisk or star. So if there's something to it, it should be there. So worst case, if it shows up at 4, hey, that's still good. That's what we've been getting. If it shows up at 5, that's great. We've hit the top, and we now will know how to do it. Other than that, there's like maybe one more trick that we're going to try. Some new information that came up, and I'm going to hold that until I get the card to see if that's where we need to take it. So I'll bring that to you, though. I promise I will. Just depends on what. We may not even have to go to that extent, but we'll see. Thanks for checking in, guys. Thank you. You guys could have went anywhere else, and you probably will after this video, but you came in here, so I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Go get that money. Free yourself from the matrix. I will talk to you later. The Bad Wolf is over and out.